too late.
Huh?
Those pirates kidnapped Miss Swan and took her to their ship. Now they've sailed, and I'll never be able to find her.
Then she's long gone. The Black Pearl is nigh uncatchable. Best find yourself another girl, mate.
You? What are you doing aboard the Interceptor? She's off limits to civilians.
Ah, fortunate that I'm going to commandeer her then. She'll make a fine pirate ship.
A pirate?
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please.
Take me with you. Help me hunt down the Black Pearl and save Miss Swan. I got you out of that jail cell, Sparrow. Do this, and your debt's repaid.
You'll have to win fair lady's heart alone, mate. I see no profit in it for me.
Come on, Captain.
Are you sure you can sail her? All on your own?
You've a point there.
Thanks, Sparrow.
Captain Sparrow.
I'm Sora. This is Donald and Goofy.
I'm Will Turner.
That will be short for William, I imagine. No doubt name for your father, eh?
Yes.
Well then, Mr. Turner, you get us ready to make way. I have some effects to liberate.
Aye, aye. But hurry!
Naturally.
Sora?
You really want to be a pirate?
Of course not.
What do you make of this Will?
I don't know. We just met him.
I think my luck's about to change.
You can release me. You have your trinket. I'm of no further value to you.
This is no trinket, Missy. This is cursed Aztec gold. One of 882 identical pieces they delivered in a stone chest to Cortez himself.
I hardly believe in ghost stories anymore, Captain Barbossa.
That's exactly what I thought. Buried on an island of dead, what cannot be found except for those who know where it is. Find it we did. There be the chest. Inside be the gold. And we took 'em all. We spent 'em and traded 'em and fritted 'em away on drink and food and pleasurable company. The more we gave 'em away, the more we came to realize the drink would not satisfy, and food turned to ash in our mouths. We are cursed men, Miss Turner. Compelled by greed we were, but now we are consumed by it.
How very sad for you.
There is one way we can end our curse. All the scattered pieces of the Aztec gold must be gathered and restored to the stone chest. And the blood of every soul who touched a piece of the treasure must be repaid. Miss Turner, for 10 years we've searched every league of these waters, every town and village, preying on sailors and settlers alike. 881 pieces we found, but despaired of ever finding the last. All those years, you've been safe in your bed, reading your pirate stories, dreaming of adventures in the high seas. We've endured torments worse than death itself. But now, thanks to ye, we have the final piece at last. When this medallion is restored to the chest, we'll be free to roam the seas as men. No longer will we be ghosts.
And the blood that's to be repaid?
That's why there's no sense to be killing you. Yet. You see, the moonlight shows us for what we really are. We're not among the living, and so we cannot die. But neither are we dead. I've suffered too long. You'd best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. For You see, tonight, you're in one.
For a world based off of Pirates of the Caribbean, Port Royal is kind of, at least in the main town, lacking, shall we say. Most of the fighting will be done on either on the Interceptor or the Black Pearl, or the, dare I say, the thing. Anyway, yeah, as you heard, you have now just heard the voices of Captain Barbossa and Captain Jack Sparrow. And Captain Jack Sparrow is voiced by James Arnold Taylor, of course, probably best known for playing the role of Tidus in Final Fantasy X and Ratchet in the Ratchet and Clank series. And I'm not a fan of his Captain Jack Sparrow. I admit it is fine for an impression, but that's all it is, really. And I mean, he is doing his best with what he has, but I mean, some of the voice direction in this game isn't great either, and as I say, that's another thing that happened with Ansem as well. As I say, because he, for what little lines he does have in the flashbacks at the beginning of this game, he got replaced as well by Richard Epcar, who does get a lot better. I mean, you have a look at dare I say, Reshade of Memories Let's Play. It was excellent as Ansem in that one, so yeah, it's just a shame that James Arnold Taylor doesn't get another chance to voice Captain Jack Sparrow, as he actually gets replaced by, in Kingdom Hearts 3 and in other games, by Jared Butler, who does actually sound a lot closer to Johnny Depp, actually. Believe it or not. Anyway, where we want to go now is to the Black Pearl. And what will happen in between while we're sailing is that we will have to deal with the pirates and Heartless. And indeed, returning are the air pirate Heartless from, believe it or not, Neverland. Seriously, that's a thing. I'm guessing because Neverland isn't a thing in this game, they had to use them somehow. And apparently we get a bit more non-voice dialogue in this part, even though it does show the Interceptor. Ah, yes. Well then, I'm guessing we're heading that way. And indeed, the Isla de Muerta is an interesting area, to say the least. Not least because of how it works and everything. Because, of course, I've already mentioned in the last episode about the moon. And indeed, it is a thing here. It affects how we deal with, dare I say, Barbossa's pirates. And the Isla de Muerta, being as it is, yeah, it was trying to fast Sarkos. Of course he is, that's how Captain Jack Sparrow is. Okay, good idea. Well, that being said, Captain Jack Sparrow has now left, and we're left with Donald and Goofy.
Every last piece that went astray, we have returned, save for this. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse forever.